Technology, IPB University. Ms. Jili as the representative of IPSA LC Korea, Kangwon National University. Ms. Annie Biju as the representative of IPSA LC India Forest Research Institute deemed to be university. Mr. Mark Q. Zalaga as the representative of IPSA LC Philippines, Sultan Luzon State University. Mr. Jopet S. Jaro as the representative of IPSA LC Philippines, Sultan Luzon State University. Ms. Sarah Najwa as the representative of Department of Industrial Natural Resources, University Putra Malaysia. Mr. Nur Syafaranadini as the representative of Department of Industrial Natural Resources, University Putra Malaysia, and our beloved audiences. Alhamdulillah, thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who has given us guidance, happiness, healthy, and mercy so we can participate in this special event without any obstacles. Praise and solution upon our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who had brought us to the path of light from the darkness in this life. And on this special event, we have several agendas as follows. First, opening. Second, opening speech. Third, main lecture from all the speakers. Fourth, question and answer. And fifth, closing. And now let's reopen the ceremony by saying Basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And the next agenda is opening speech by the Vice Project Officer of this event, Mr. Faiz Al-Fajari. For Mr. Faiz Al-Fajari, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Cutnaya Gaisani. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce myself. My name is Faiz Al-Fajari. I am a college student from Forest Product Technology Department, Faculty of Forestry and Environment, IPB University, Bogor, Indonesia. And I am also a Vice Project Officer of this project. This project is Himas Sultan Goes to Field. For me, it's such an honor for me to speak in this awesome event in front of all of you. Let me begin by giving you a warm welcome to our special event called Forest Product Student Summit 2020 or FPSS 2020. Before we get started, I would like to express my appreciation to the crew who generously helped us to make this event become reality. I would like to greet all of our awesome figures. First, we have Dr. Isti Sekartining Rahayu SUT MSI. Secondly, we have Dr. Engineer Lailan Syofina, MSc. And also, I would like to greet all of the awesome speakers in this event that I can even mention one per one, mention all of it. In today's event, we will learn about forest product in Asia. In this era, forest should be a concern in all of us as agent of change. We can call forest as world lungs that we need to conserve. However, forest product also need a concern. Then, what should we do? Learning about forest product guide us to make a balance about what we want and what we need from forest. And this event must be the answer of our anxiety about forest product. This event is not a competition, but this event is a sharing session about forest product, especially in Asia. Hopefully, this event can enrich our knowledge about forest and forest product in Asia. Well, I think I do not want to take too much time of yours because I think this event is need much time. I hope you enjoy it. I need to hand over it back to our Master of Ceremony, Mrs. Cutnaya Gaisani. But before that, I would like to say thank you to all of the audience, all of the speaker, and always remember to thank to ourselves. We can gather here. It is an honor for me to meet you guys even in this virtual situation. I hope we can meet in another time without any virtual situation. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Take a seat, take a popcorn, and this event is about to begin. Enjoy. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Mr. Faiz Al-Fajari, for the speech. And the next opening speech will be delivered by Dr. Isti Sekartining Rahayu SUT MSI as the Secretary of Forest Product Technology. For Dr. Isti Sekartining Rahayu SUT MSI, Time is yours.
Thank you very much, Cutna Haniah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Dr. Lailan Sofina as Vice Dean of Faculty of Forestry and Environment, our beloved students, the committee of this Forest Product Student Summit, and also the Himasiltan, Himasiltan. Thank you very much for organizing such activity. This is one of annual activity that was held by Himasiltan. Himasiltan goes to field. However, in such pandemic situation, so the students have organize other activity which is similar, which is this is a very creative way to have Himasiltan goes to field in another form. And I would like to say thank you also for the speaker, for the students from other countries, from Indonesia who participate in this summit. The speaker have an information about the forest product in their country. Hopefully you can learn about the forest product industry in other countries other than Indonesia. And I would like to say thank you also for the committee for having this activity excellently. Hopefully the audience will have a fruitful of meeting, and I certainly hope that this activity is not going to end in only in this year, but we are going to help this annually also, just like Himasiltan goes to field. Thank you very much. Hopefully you enjoy the summit. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Mrs. Isti Sekartining Rahayu, for the speech. And the next opening speech will be delivered by Dr. Insinyur Lailan Chaufina MSc as the Vice Dean of Faculty of Forestry and Environment. For Dr. Insinyur Lailan Chaufina MSc, time is yours.
Thank you, Chu. You hear my voice? Can you hear my voice?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Head of Department of Forest Products, Faculty of Forestry and Environment, IPB University, Secretary of Department of Forest Products, Student Affairs Division, lecturers from Indonesia and other countries, International Forest Student Association representatives, Forest Products Student Association, Himasiltan and members, all beloved participants from around the globe, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. First of all, let us give praises to Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, the most loving and the most merciful, for His blessings that enable us to be present in this Forest Product Student Summit 2020 today. On behalf of the Dean of Faculty of Forestry and Environment, IPB University, it is my great pleasure to extend our warm welcome to all of you in this event. I do hope all of you in good health condition in this pandemic COVID-19. Dear all participants, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to introduce the Faculty of Forestry and Environment at glance. The faculty is previously as Faculty of Forestry, Bogor Agricultural University or IPB, which has been established in 1963 as the first Faculty of Forestry in Indonesia. Our vision to be a leading institution in strengthening nation's dignity through excellent higher education at global level in the field of tropical forestry. Recent QS World University ranking by subject, agriculture and forestry, has placed IPB in top 59 universities. Just this year, the faculty has changed the name to be Faculty of Forestry and Environment as an adaptation to global environmental issues. The faculty has 4 departments, namely Department of Forest Management, Department of Forest Products, Department of Forest Resource Conservation and Ecotourism, and Department of Silviculture. All departments have been nationally recognized and accredited. 3 departments have been internationally recognized and accredited, such as Department of Forest Products from Society of Wood Science and Technology USA, Department of Silviculture and Department of Forest Resource Conservation and Ecotourism from AUNQA. And currently, our faculty has 119 academic staffs. Among them, 25% is professors and 80% is PhD holders from various excellence. Our student numbers around 1,700 students, and among them are 1,354 bachelor students. It seems to be the largest forest student number in the world. Dear all participants, ladies and gentlemen, as mentioned by Dr. Isti and also the organizer, that forest products plays a very important role in our lives since the beginning of human being existence. In the long history, wood has been the main forest product in our entire globe. However, forestry has been changed tremendously. There is a shifting paradigm of forest management from single tree treatment to forest ecosystem management as a landscape approach, from wood to various kinds of non-wood forest products such as rattan, resin, honey, medicinal plants, essential oils, and many others, even to the environmental services. We also realize as interconnectivity become more and more important in our life, so we can't develop forest products only by ourselves. We need a collaboration, wide networking. That's why you all are here now. Indeed, our faculty, the Faculty of Forestry and Environment IPB is very grateful and always encourage students as our future generation to be always being creative, finding new innovation and technology, especially in achieving better sustainable forest management. This event, the 2020 Forest Products Student Summits with the theme of the future of forest products in Asia in one of this kind. We're very proud of you all. Dear all participants, ladies and gentlemen, in this opportunity, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the head of Department of Forest Products of Faculty of Forestry and Environment, IPB, and all lecturers for the support to the students, to representatives of the International Student Association for your great contribution, to Forest Products Student Association, Himasiltan, and all committee members for remarkable efforts in organizing these big events. And last but not least, to all participants for your contribution, without which these student summits may not be successfully performed. Without any further ado, by saying Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, I officially open Forest Product Student Summit 2020 by the theme of the future of forest product in Asia. And I wish you all have a fruitful and successful Forest Product Student Summit. And may this student summit strengthen the networking and collaboration among the participants in the future. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Mrs. Lailan Shaufina, for the speech. And now, we have come to our main agenda, the presentation of material as well as discussion and question answer, who will be led by Mr. Afrizal Isfan Abdillah as the moderator. Please help me to share Mr. Afrizal's CV on the screen. Okay, as you can see, Mr. Afrizal is studying in IPB University from Faculty of Forestry and Environment, Department Forest Resources Conservation and Ecotourism. For academic experience, he is one of the youngest oral presenter in international conferences on bioenergy and environment 2017. His Indonesian delegation with 3.75 GPA and following International Forestry Student Exchange 2017. He also experienced in Indonesia, United States Young Leadership Program 2016 until 2017. For organization experience, he is the President of Student Parliament Board of Faculty of Forestry and Environment 2019 until present. Project Officer for Indonesia Student Summit 2017 and Board of IPSA from 2017 and still experienced till now. And many more experience that I can't mention all of it. For Mr. Afrizal Isfan Abdillah, time is yours.
Hello. Oh. Is my voice clear?
Yes.
Yes, clear.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the MC, ladies and gentlemen. Before we start the presentation and in order to avoid any disturbances during the presentation later, I would like to ask you to change the mode of your gadget into mute. Thank you. The Honorable Mr. and Madam Speakers, distinguished guests, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Isfan, the moderator of today's event. First of all, I would like to welcome you all to this prestigious event, namely the Forest Products Student Summit 2020. The theme of this event is the future of forest product in Asia, which held by the Forest Student Association of Faculty of Forestry and Environment IPB University. In this occasion, we shall have an outstanding presentation from our prominent presenter, whom I believe shall enrich our insight and knowledge regarding to the theme of this event. The purpose of this event is that the student will be able to open their views more about the condition and potential of forest product in Asia and also strengthen the forest urban in Asia. But before we going further, let me tell you the regulation of this event. To the operator, I'm sorry, where I am? Yes. Yes. Is my voice clear?
Yes, your voice clear. Clear.
Yeah.
Clear.
Where I am now? Hello, MC? Yes.
Yes, you can start reading the CV.
Oh, okay. For the first presentation will be delivered by Mr. Joput Jerome S. Jaro. He's a representative from IFSA LC Philippines. He is a student in Southern Luzon State University. Please scroll down. Hello.
For audiences, I'm sorry, there is something wrong with the connection of our moderator. Let's wait a second.
Hello, MC.
Yes.
Ini mau apa?
Tapi katanya lebih cepat kali ini.
I'm sorry. There is a technical problem here. MC, can you hear me?
Yes.
Where am I now?
and continue reading the CV.
What about the regulation?
What is about the regulation? Please wait.
Yeah. Before we going further, let me tell you the regulation of this event first. The first, all participants must set the display name on their Zoom profile as country underscore name. Example, Indonesia underscore Agus Purwadi. Second, all participants should turn on their audio and use the virtual background provided on ipb.link/vb-fpss. Third, all participants must turn their microphone off until the moderator asks them to turn on. Fourth, if you want to ask, participants can use the raise hand feature on the Zoom by select participant raise hand. For 5, participants who disturb the course of the event will be removed during the event. 6, at the end of the event, all participants must turn their videos on for the photo session. Is that clear?
Clear for me.
Very well. Before the presentation begins, allow me to introduce all the presenter. To the committee, please share the CV. Very well, ladies and gentlemen. For the first presentation, we will have a representative from Philippines. The first presenter will be Mr. Jopet Jerome S. Jaro. He is a representative from IFSA LC Philippines. He is a student in Southern Luzon State University. Please scroll down. Scroll down, please. Here. Thank you. He has also several organizations. One of them is IFSA, or International Forestry Student Association, from 2018 up until now. And the second presenter for the second presenter from Philippines, we have Mr. Dan Mark Quinta Zalaga. He's also a student in Southern Luzon State University. He has several seminar and workshop experience. One of them is National Customer Service Learning in 2017. To the committee, can you make it bigger in order to look it clearly? Thank you. And he has also several organization experience. To the committee, please scroll down the CV. One of them is International Forestry Student Association, since 2018 up until now, and others that I can mention one by one. First, let we say hi to them. Hi, you there? Mr. Dan and Mr. Jopet.
Yes, I am here.
I am
How
here.
is it going?
Actually, it's difficult here in the Philippines today because we are experiencing a super typhoon, but still we're hoping for the success of this event.
Well, it's bad, right? But you guys ready, right, for the event?
Yes.
Of course, of course.
Okay, great. Next, for the second presentation, will be delivered by Malaysia representative. The first representative is Nur Syarafanadini. She is a student in University Putra Malaysia, Bachelor of Food Science and Technology. She has an organization experience as a member of Food Science and Technology Club, or so-called KESATEC, Faculty of Forestry and Environment, UPM, from 2017 up until now. She also has participation and achievements from Head of Faculty Annual Dinner, or called Marimba 2020, and achieved a Dean List for semester 3 and 6 in Bachelor of Food Science and Technology, UPM 2018 and 2020. And other experience that I can mention one by one. And the next presenter, Sarah Najwa Mohsah Masri. She's also a bachelor degree from Wood Science and Technology, University Putra Malaysia. She has several co-curricular activities, such collaboration exchange student UPM Japan program 2017 and 2018, and other experience. She has also got prizes and awards. One of them is Dean List Award. Let's we say hi to them first. Hi guys, are you there?
Yes, we are here.
Fine.
How are you?
We are doing great, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak at this event.
Yeah, you guys ready for the event?
Yeah, ready.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, for the next presentation will be delivered by IPB University representative. The first presenter is Tengku Muhammad Renzi Haris. She is a forest product department IPB University student, and she has several organization experience, such multimedia and branding, student executive, Faculty of Forestry, IPB University from 2019 up till now, and several that I can mention one by one. And she has also several committee experience, such head of event organizer Semara Kehutanan IPB, Chief Executive Forest Exhibition 11 2020, and others. And he has also several achievements, like training graduate, visual design specialist, and many others that I can mention one by one. For the next presenters from IPB University is Miss Deborah Romatoa Roget Sitompul. She's also a forest product department student in IPB University. She has several work and leadership experience, such ISEC LCIPB as learning and development staff. In 2018, also Tanoto Scholar Association as a social and environment division staff in 2018 till 2019. First, let we say hi to them. Hi guys, are you there?
Hello, I'm here.
Hi, I'm here.
Great. You guys ready for the presentation?
Of course.
Of course.
Good. Yeah, for the next presentation will be delivered by India representative. Her name is Annie Biju. She is a master student in Forest Research Institute, Dehradun, in India. Please scroll down. She has also several activities, such have done various volunteering works as part of Safety Learning during bachelor's, served as president of International Forestry Student Association Local Committee Forest Research Institute, Dehradun, India, and many experiences that I can't mention one by one. First, let we say hi to her. Hi, Annie. Are you here?
Hi. Hi, thank you for your introduction.
Yeah. You're good there? Are you ready for the presentation?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah, great. And definitely, next presentation will be delivered by Korea representative. Her name is Yeji Lee. She is a student in Kangwon National University. To the operator, would you like to zoom it? Yeah, enough. Kangwon National University, majoring forest resources and forest management. And she has also several achievements. In 2018, she got Dean List from College of Forest Environmental Science, KNU. In 2019, she got Excellent Award. In 2020, she got a second place for Best Career Portfolio, KNU President Award. She has also volunteered a lot. In 2018, she volunteered in wild animal shelter to feed wild animals. And also in 2019, she volunteered in Asia Pacific Forestry Week 2019 as a staff. And other experience that I can't mention one by one. First, let we say hello to her. Hi,
Hello.
Eji. You there?
Hello. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Hi, nice to meet you guys. I'm from Korea. This is my first time presenting in English, so I hope you guys understand my poor English, but I'll try my best. Thank you.
Yeah, it's great, Yeji. Should I call you Yeji or Lee?
Yes, my name is Yeji.
Okay. Very well, ladies and gentlemen. That's all the speaker of the event today. Beforehand, I must inform all the presenter that the time for the presentation is 15 minutes and gradually inform the presenters about the remaining time for their presentation. Without further ado, I would like to welcome our first presenter. They will deliver a presentation about potential and condition of forest product in Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Dan and Jopet. Time is yours.
Hi, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes.
So good morning, everyone, and good afternoon, and also good evening to other audiences here in our event. And again, I am Joe Mesara from the Southern Luzon State University, Lucban, Quezon, Philippines, and I am proud to present the potential of forest products in the Philippines. And aside from the main topic, a forest's bounty besides timber. So I will be talking about the potential of the forest products in the Philippines. And I am glad to be here because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I really applaud all the moderator and all the person behind this event because this one will be successful as far as I'm seeing it. So next slide, please. So just by the number, sheer size, and usefulness of timber from trees, it is easy to overlook what else a forest can offer. Yes, we people tend to overlook what a forest can provide us because we're preoccupied by the thought that it can only provide us timber which can be utilized to form buildings or structure or raw materials that can be utilized by humans to create infrastructures, but it is not. Because if we're going to utilize it, then we can see its full potential and that we're going to use it in a way that it can really benefit us. But the challenge is on our part because we should do whatever it takes for this resource to last because we just not extract and extract and extract. But we also need to recalibrate our ways in order for this resource to be sustainable. Next slide, please. So the forest is home to abundant natural products other than timber, which are collectively called non-timber forest products. So aside from the timber that we overlook are the only products of what forests can provide, there are actually other products that forests can give us, and that are actually the non-timber forest products, or NPFS. So NPFPS will be discussed in the next slide. Thank you. So non-timber forest products are any product or service other than timber that is produced in forests. They include fruits and nuts, vegetables, fish and game, medicinal plants, resins, essences, and a range of barks and fibers such as bamboo, rattans, and a host of other palms and grasses. So it is actually good because Philippines are able to, is able to utilize these forest materials because Philippines didn't overlook it as only timber because Philippines can get to utilize other products that forests can provide us. So Philippines are using it for food, for medicinal, resins, and other things, but it will be discussed on the next slide. So please proceed. I'm sorry, I don't have that wallpaper because the background is merging with my eyebrows and my mustache, and actually I look like a prick. So next slide, please. So by this time, I will be showing you the top provinces in the Philippines that are rich in bamboo, because aside from the timber, which forest can provide, as I said earlier, then it is time for you to see that bamboos are also part of what forest can provide us. That is also considered as non-forest, non-timber forest products. So top 1 is Iloilo, top 2 is Pangasinan, top 3 is Abra and Bukidnon. So Philippines, as a larger community, has also provinces, or it is divided into smaller communities. So for that, we can see here the top performing, what do you call this, top performing provinces. And as you can see, bamboo here is utilized as such a versatile material for a variety of economic uses, for handicraft and furniture, farm implements, fish pen, fish cages, and other fishing gears, banana props, musical instruments, pulp and paper, and the house construction. So as you can see here, we Filipinos are actually good in utilizing materials because we are getting used to, we need to utilize something in its full potential, for we don't want anything to be wasted. So in here, bamboo is utilized in its full potential and was created and still creating multiple of products for the sake of the Filipino community. Next slide, please. So in this slide, we will be talking about the provinces in the Philippines that are rich in rattan, another resource that we can get to our forests. Number 1 is Agusan, number 2 is Palawan, and number 3 is Mindoro. So as you can see here, there are multiple benefits that it can provide us, such as in food, furniture, shelter, and handicraft. So the number 1 is for the inner core, as well as the shoot of some of the rattan species is edible. So in this part, we can say that it can be used as food, where people can get to use in order to continue their rate of survival, because food is very essential, a basic need of human perhaps. Furniture is the main end product of rattan. So as we can actually see it, or some of the houses or establishments that we are in, some of the furnitures are made in rattan, and we can actually thank the forest for providing us that raw material, which can be transformed into any other material. Shelter. Rattan is an approved material for house building in rural areas. So in Philippines, we have a lot of rural areas, or those far areas away from the city. And since they don't have the hollow blocks or the other material that can build their houses in a stronger manner, well, rattan can actually be a substitute for that. And for handicraft, besides furniture, provides the main income of rattan industry. The skin of rattan strands is peeled off and used for weaving, while the core of rattan can be used for various purposes in furniture making. So again, furniture making. But the other one is that it can be peeled off in a way that it can be used for weaving. So in Philippines, we have the so-called activity weaving, wherein locals use their hands in order to create clothing, in order to create other crafts, which can be sold as part of their goal of having something to, utilize, a source of income. So next slide, please. Next slide, please, moderator. So the skin of rattan strands is peeled off and used for weaving. So again, I am repeating that idea in order to make sure that you can get to understand that forest can not only provide timber but also other products. Yes. So some rattan's fruits exude a red resin called dragon's blood. This resin was once considered to have medicinal properties and was also used a dye for violin. So it is a good thing to know that it is not just about touchable stuffs that can be utilized with the use of this non-forest products, because actually it can help us, our system, to eventually cope up with the diseases or sickness that we are feeling because of the power or the ability of these resources to eventually cure us. And in 2010, scientists pioneered a new wood-to-bone process for the production of artificial bone made of rattan. So I must acknowledge here the presence of researchers, for it paves way of helping us to deal with things. And as students and as, yes, I will finish this in 3 minutes. So next slide, please. Thank you so much. So provinces in the Palawan are, so provinces in the Philippines that are regional Masigares are Palawan, Davao del Norte, Isabela, Samar, and Quezon. So Almasigares is used in the manufacture of varnishes, lacquer, soap, paint, printing inks, linoleum, shoe polish, floor wax, plastic, waterproofing materials, paper sizing, and many other products. So another thing that can provide us with the use of non-timber forest products. Next slide, please. So these are the pictures of the Almasiga resin. The other one is the Almasiga tree, and the other one is the extracts that the Almasiga tree is producing. Next slide, please. So unlike agricultural crops, most naturally growing non-timber forest products like bamboo and rattan do not need through cultivation. They can also be gathered using simple common tools. So they are not that hard to replenish because they are fast growing, and as we can see, they do not need that instruments in order for them to be utilized because it can be done manually. Next slide, please. So I have remaining 4 slides. Yes. And I must give this. NTFPS can be sources of fiber and structural materials, medicine, cosmetics, chemical or extractive products, fruits, and I have said that earlier. So again, next slide, please. NTFPS save the forest from being exploited for the trees. Plus, protecting the forest for NTFPS also helps ensure forest diversity, because if we can always have the utilization of other materials aside from cutting trees, then we can help save the diversity of these trees. Yes, next, please. For the environment, we can use NTFPS such as plant leaves rather than plastic bags for packaging. And that is good because we are preoccupied by the usage of these disposable plastics, and a major cause of why we have floods and why some animals die, because they think that these plastics are their food, where in fact it is not. And so with this kind of innovation, then we can say that NTFPS are really doing a great role in our country, and I hope that your country is utilizing NTFPS too in a way that it can benefit the humanity in your country. Next slide, please. Ayan, so paying attention to NTFPS helps in protecting indigenous culture that otherwise be lost if these resources are ignored. So we should acknowledge that other people are depending with this, and they are living in that particular area, and so we need to somehow lessen our way of getting or extracting these resources. Next, please. So yeah, so it stores carbon better than plantation trees, and which helps in mitigating climate change, which is also good. Next slide, please. And next slide, please. That's my resource that I have used in this PowerPoint. And again, I am Joe Pedro Mesaro. Thank you for listening. And I just want you to know that I am a student of environmental science student, and it's a pleasure to meet you because, you know, I am into an international event. And again, thank you. And I hope you learned something from my slide. Thank you. And good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. Maraming salamat. So for my next part, my partner, my colleague from Southern Luzon State University, Denmark Zagala, will talk about the status of the Philippines when it comes to these forest products.
So hello, good morning everyone. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so again, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening everyone. So I am Don Merck Sagala once again from IFSA SLSC local community, and it is my privilege to discuss the status of the Philippine forest products. So next slide. So before this, we all know that we define forest as a land dominated by trees associated with flora and fauna. And also it provides raw materials for forest-based industries. Next. Am I too fast or it's okay? Just okay, so the leading department here in the Philippines is the Department of Environmental Natural Resources. It is the lead agency for natural resources along with the government implemented rules and protocols to prevent the degradation and abuse of the forest products. So the DENR. Next, please. So Philippine forest products are generally classified into two groups, the timber and the minor forest product or the non-timber forest product, which is discussed by my partner. Next slide. So Philippine timber species is divided into 6 general classes. So dalawans. So next slide it. Next slide please.
Tapi Malaysia tuh karena dia dijajah.
Of course the lawan, the number 1. I think someone's calling. Wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the distraction. So again, the ones here in the Philippines, it is such as mahogany or Cyprenia macrophylla, the red lawans, white lawans. So commonly these woods are used for cabinets, doors, and more. So next slide. Next slide, please. So the apitongs. So apitongs here is a strong wood. And it is used for heavier and the strongest structural timbers. So used for boats and agriculture implements. Next. So the giho, again, one of the strong wood in the Philippines. So it is used for furnitures and frames, buildings, and more. So next slide. Number 4. Number 4 is the yakal, used for bridges. Again, it is strong wood here in the Philippines, so used for building bridges and other installation that requires high strength and durability, just like in mining industry. So next. So this is the dipterocarps. So according to my professor in wood identification, this is the major source of the forest timber here in the Philippines, the Dipterocarpaceae family. So this is used for cabinets, furnitures, and alike. Again, next slide, please. So the legumes are used to build fences, and sometimes it is a support for climbing crops, and such as rattan or any climbing crops in the Philippines. So next slide. So as discussed earlier by my partner, my colleague, So we have also, aside from timber, we have the minor forest products or the non-timber forest products, such as palm products, fibers, resins, fruits, veggies, beeswax, and medicinal plants. Next. So let me show you the forestry statistics in 2018 and 2019. So next slide. Okay. So in 2018, our log production has 884,250 cubic meter. Imagine how many it is. And which increases in 2019 for about 948,104 cubic meters. So later on, I will discuss to you the conclusion of this statistics. So I will just gonna show you the statistics of the different production. Next. So one of my species that I put is the palcata, because palcata is a short maturity period in growing and it is a good lumber. So palcata in 2018, so the production is 560,970 cubic meter, which again increased in 2019 for about 632,574 cubic meter. Following. Again, next slide, please. So we are also exporting forest-based products. In 2018, we export for about 520,202 cubic meter, and again increases in 2019, 613,814 cubic meter. So next slide. We are also importing logs and forest-based products. So in 2018, we import 1,483,877. And in 2019, it decreases for 1,461,339. So again, next slide. So in that presentation, according to Mr. Karandang, the Philippines forestry resources continuously decline through the years due to a number of inadequate and poorly implemented forestry policies, which led to the rapid exploitation of timber from old growth and residual forests, as well as other non-timber forest resources. So technically, here in the Philippines, we have overused the forest products, which result to the declining number of the capacity to sustain the needs of the people. So I guess because of the failure, I mean, it's not a failure, but a struggle that experienced by our government in managing the forest, we also created, next slide, we also created several programs for sustainability of the forest products and the forest timber. So one is the community-based forest management. In this management, so we are taking part, and we join the community to take part to ensure the sustainability of our forest resources and the equitability, distribution, and access to the benefits from them. So this CBFM, or the Community-Based Forest Management, is created with an economic reliance through improvement in the general quality of life in upland communities. So next slide. So I will only show you two of our programs, because if I tell it everything, so I guess my time is not fitted. So next is the National Greening Program. So the National Greening Program, supported by Executive Number 23 and 26, which is aimed from 2016, 2011 rather, 2011 to 2028, we will about to plant 1.5 billion trees. Again, I will repeat, we will plant 1.5 billion seedlings for the period of this time frames 6 years. So today, it is my honor to tell that we have surpassed our expectation. Our target of 176 million hectares to be planted became 1.91 million in hectares in area. So it is 108% successful. So move forward. Next slide. So yan, the minor forest products, it was discussed by my partner, so I will not going to elaborate it more. So again, thank you so much. Again, we are from IFSA SLSU local committee, and we are the future, the sustainable future of tomorrow. So I guess we are the agent of change, and I know it is not too late for us in the Philippines to change, to become sustainable, to utilize it wisely, and to preserve our natural resources. Once again, I'm Don Mercu Sagala from Philippines. Thank you so much. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for Mr. Jopet and Mr. Dan for the fascinating presentation. I highlight several parts of the presentation. Jopet mentions that several forest potential products from Philippines, such as rattan, and Mark described the forest product condition in Philippines, and also mentioned about the sustainability program, such CBFM, Community-Based Forest Management. Yeah, it was such a fascinating presentation, guys. Thank you. And then for the next presentation, we have a representative from UPM, University Putra Malaysia, to the Miss Syara and Miss Sarah. You guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Syara and Sarah. The time is yours.
Slide, please. So, okay. A very good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to everyone, to the audiences, especially to the respected lecturers, and to my fellow friends. So, I am very honored to be here today to do this presentation. And to start, I will introduce myself. My name is Nur Sharafanadini binti Muhammad Rosli, and I'm here with my partner Sarah Najwa. We are going to brief you guys into the wondrous world of our Malaysia's wood-based industry. So without further ado, let's get started. So overview of the industry. Next. So my country, Malaysia, is composed of West Malaysia, also known as Peninsular Malaysia, with 11 states, and East Malaysia consisting of 2 states, Sabah and Sarawak. So the responsibility of forestry are divided between the federal and the state governments, so which means that each state are responsible for regulating forest exploitation and management on their own. At present, At present, Malaysia is one of the world's largest tropical timber and timber product exporter to more than 160 destinations. And according to the Malaysian Timber Council in 2017, the country has a total forested area of 18.27 million hectares, which is equivalent to 55.3% of the total land area. And here in Malaysia, the government is determined to keep our forest area cover up to 50%. And then the wood-based industry in Malaysia is export-oriented, with 80 to 90% of our product is exported to other countries, while 10 to 20% of our product is for domestic consumption. In 2018, the timber industry recorded 22.3 billion in export, contributing to 1.6 to the country's GDP and 2.2% to total exports. Next. Okay, so where do we get our raw material resources? So currently, we get our raw material resources from three major places. The first one is the natural forest. So natural forest, the state government will usually issue annual cutting permit or concession to the company for timber harvesting. However, to ease the pressure for natural forest, because I think every country is facing the same problem, depleting of natural forests. So the government set up an alternative and set up the fast-growing forest plantation. Some of the tree that is planted in the forest plantation are the fast-growing species such as rubberwood, kaya, acacia mangium, sentang, teak, and others. However, in Malaysia, I think that the timber plantation has not been that well established yet on private land because it is perceived that the agriculture areas will bring more profit, will generate more profit. So moving on to the third place that we harvest our timber, which is agriculture areas. So in Malaysia, agriculture industry is one of the fast growing industry. And one of the trees that we utilize for many products in Malaysia, such as furniture, plywood, is rubberwood tree. And we have abundance of rubberwood tree here in Malaysia because of the latex industry. However, rubberwood tree keep decreasing and failed to meet the high demand since most rubberwood estate owner, they shift their rubberwood plantation to oil palm plantation because oil palm plantation in Malaysia is also one of the biggest agriculture exporter to other country. So this rubberwood estate owner, they think that by replacing their rubberwood plantation to oil palm plantation, they will generate more income. Okay, next. So trend of the export and import of major timber products. So what are the products that we export to other countries and what are the products that we imported? So next. So we have two flow of processes, which is upstream process and downstream process. Upstream process is our raw material and our product that we gather to create other product, and our downstream process is the value added products. So this is the figures that I get from MTC, Malaysian Timber Council, one of the government agency here in Malaysia. So this is the figures from January to December from 2018 to 2019. So the obvious trend that I can see from this figure is our value added product, which is furniture, is increasing over the course of 1 year. And our upstream processed products such as plywood, sun timber, logs is decreasing over the years. Why is this happening? Because first, the raw material in our forest kept declining over the years. I think from 20 million to 4 million something. And then due to the tougher regulation here in Malaysia to protect our forest area, we continue to suffer log shortage. So in order for us to grow and in order for us to achieve high revenue despite the regulation, rules and tighter regulation, we must increase the production of value added processes. Hence why the wooden furniture is in the first place. Yeah, moving on. So we export most of our wooden furniture to USA and Japan and also China. So in recent years, this is in 2020, USA import more of our wooden furniture. Yeah, before this, they import more from China, but because of the US-China trade war, they shift their market from China to Malaysia. And our plywood, we usually export our plywood to Japan. We used to be the second biggest plywood exporter, tropical plywood exporter, but now I think it's lower than that, mainly because of the shortage of raw material. And when raw material is short, we don't have enough raw material, the log price is increasing. When the log price is increasing, hence the lower production, and we cannot meet the demand. Okay, continue. So this is the import of major timber product. It is totally different from the export of our major timber product because as you can see during the 2008 and 2019, we import more of upstream processed products such as plywood, sawn timber, veneer, and we import less of the value-added product. Because why? We export plywood, sawn timber, veneer, fiberboard, logs is because we want to make way for our value-added product, and we don't have enough supply. So we import from other country. Next. So, what are the issues and challenges, in my opinion, that we are facing right now here in Malaysia? Next. So one of it is sustainability. There is no doubt in every country. This is one of the biggest problem, shortage of raw material. I think one of the reason why this happening, despite other thing, is because of the rising in population. Rising in population means that the demand for forest product is also increasing. When the demand is increasing, the forest area kept depleting. When the forest area kept depleting, the government have to come up with a tighter environmental regulation to protect the forest area. Hence, the further reducing of the amount of wood that can be harvested. And then we have labor and workforce. For me, as a wood science technology student, here in UPM, I think that we are lacking in participation of younger generation. This is because I think of one of it is for the 3D factor, which is a dirty, difficult, and dangerous industry. So this industry is perceived as the dirty, difficult, and dangerous industry, and it is not helping when the minimum wage here in Malaysia is very low. So this industry is more these are the more attracted to the foreign workers. So foreign worker is more attracted to this industry, and the furniture manufacturer and other factory tends to hire more foreign worker instead of our local worker because we don't have enough skilled workers here. And then we have the automation and technology. So I think moving forward to the industry 4.0 in Malaysia, it is a slower pace here because first is lack of incentive and fund. Why lack of incentive and fund? Because the manufacturer and the factory owner here in Malaysia refuse to upgrade their automation and technology from the old one to the newer one because they think that it will cost them more. But I think in the long run, it will benefit us because the automation and technology will guarantee a precise and no error of operation required to maximize the use of raw materials, so there is no wastage of raw material, and to shorten the time, hence improving the production overall. So design, I would like to focus on the furniture industry in Malaysia. So furniture industry is one of the biggest industry in biggest industry in Malaysia, and they I think in 2017 our furniture industry placed 9 in the world. And because of the there are a lot of furniture manufacturer here in Malaysia, I think right now it is currently at 3,000 furniture manufacturer. Our design tend to be like the same because our design is based on OEM manufacturing. OEM manufacturing is original equipment manufacturing, which means that we get our design from our buyer and then we make the design and then we give them the price. So there is not really the competition in design and innovation between each other. So they compete with price. Hence, when the design is the same, the price for the furniture will be low Because of that, wait. So because of the furniture that we sell is low in prices, there will be less income for the furniture manufacturer. Less income for the furniture manufacturer mean that they are giving less salary to their workers. When they give their less salary to their workers, the industry, like I said just now, is not very attractive to the younger generation. So they will not enter this industry because of the low salary. So we are very lacking in educated graduate with knowledge, and moving towards to the industry 4.0 is very hard, because to achieve that we need human capital, and because we are lacking in the skilled workers, we are lacking in human capital. So the marketing and promotion, right now during this pandemic, I think a lot of buyers have shift their consumer shopping habit from physically going to the store to online e-commerce. And in order to adapt with the situation, I think all of the manufacturer and the manufacturer here in Malaysia need to indulge themselves with the situation and commit to e-commerce to sustain their business. Okay, moving on, I'll pass to my friend Sarah Najwa.
Thank you, Shara. So I will present about moving forward of Malaysia timber product, forest product. So before, next slide. Okay, so before I proceed my presentation about moving forward of Malaysia forest product, I would like to address about sustainable development goals, which has been agreed by all global leaders. So the objective of SDG is to promote, to achieve a better and sustainable future for all. This goal also to address the global challenges that we have faced right now, including poverty, inequality, climate change, environmental degradation, peace and justice. So from my point of view, I think that our industry promote 3 main goals from these 17 goals. Next slide. Next slide. So the first, these are the main 3 goals that we can achieve from this forest industry. So the first goal is goal number 8, which is decent work and economic growth. So as we all know, this sector can be one of the sector that can create job opportunity. And for goal number 13 is climate action. So forest and climate are connected to one another. So forest can be more important component for the global carbon cycles, which play the biggest role in our climate change. So the goal number 15 is life on land. So as a student in this industry, we need to commit to ensure that our forest is conserved, restoration, and the sustainable in the use of land. So moving on to the next part, which is future of Malaysian timber product. So the first move that we can do is by creating awareness on sustainability. So the first point is to introduce new wood species. So as my friends have mentioned, due to the shortage supply of raw materials, and to ensure the availability of our timber in this industry, agriculture area also can provide a significant source of timber. So in Malaysia, the existing rubber tree is not only for the latex production, but also as the source of timber. So our government have planted Malaysian rubber wood plantation. And there are recent study, they try to identify suitable new clones for species that will increase the timber yield. And we currently now have a new clones that can produce as much as 3 times more timber, and it is harvestable in shorter rotation of 12 to 15 years. The 3 clones that I mentioned, new clones that I've mentioned, is RRIM 900 and RRIM 2000 and PB series. So next is certified sustainable timber. So as we know, forest certification can be a market mechanism to promote a sustainable use and management of forests. So in Malaysia, we have Malaysian Timber Certification Scheme, which is developed by Malaysian Timber Certification Council. So this scheme is endorsed by PEFC, and they are started in October 2001, which comprises two components. The first one is forest management certification, which is the third-party validation where to get the certified once the forests are managed in comply with the law and standards. So next is the chain of custody, which is the process of third-party audit of timber product manufacturer and for exporters. Next. Next slide. So the next point is consistent supply of planted wood. So our government have organized forest previous slide please. Okay, our government Malaysia have organized a forest plantation development program. This program is an effort to reduce the pressure on native forests. So there are 9 selected species, and all of them are fast-growing species, and one of them is from rubber that I have mentioned before, and acacia, Kaya ivorensis, and bamboo. So next. Okay. Next is improve in research and development of alternative materials. Previous slide, please. Alternative materials, sustainable raw materials, and new species. So, as my friends have mentioned, oil palm tree is Malaysia is one of the largest and exporters of palm oil in the world. So, a study has stated that 10% of the 90% of the oil palm biomass are still not used and remain as waste. So there are many research and development in enhance the abundant supply of oil palm biomass, such as oil palm trunk, empty fruit bunch, and oil palm frond. There are also many agencies that have, including UPM, that study about the properties of oil palm. However, oil palm has a very poor properties, and the research require a very high cost. So next is bamboo industry development. The bamboo industry development is one industry development action plan, which is a program that is placed under Malaysia plan in 12 Malaysia plan. So we can observe that bamboo has huge potential and can be as an alternative wood, and can be turned into value-added products such as composite board, building materials, floorboards, and charcoal. So our government also have facilitate all those eligible companies who wants to start the bamboo plantation. Next. So these are the prototypes of oil palm trunk that can be turned into furniture or other value-added product. Next. So these are the biocomposite development. The raw material that we obtain from natural forest, oil palm trunk, turns into products such as particle board, plywood, and others. Next. Next. So in order to increase the number of skilled force, we need to do some training programs in higher education in furniture design and manufacturing. This is to improve the skill of workers in the timber sectors, and also to carry out technical training, assist in product development, and organizing furniture design. So there are some of the agencies that in Malaysia have this kind of programs, such as Wood Industry Development Center, WISDAC, and Fiber Biocomposite Development Center. So by increasing the number of skilled workers, we can also reduce the dependency on foreign labor. Next. So these are the picture of training and skill development by WISDAC, which is organized by MTIB, Malaysian Timber Industry Board, agency under Malaysia government. Next. Next, okay. Number 4 is research and development on advanced manufacturing technology. So Malaysia is committed towards Industry Revolution 4.0, which is focused more on automation and mechanization, especially in cost-saving manufacturing technologies. And lastly, for furniture testing center for certified quality furniture. This certified quality furniture center is to gain validation from third party of the products and also confidence in customers. Okay, next. Next. Next slide, please. Okay, enough talking about future. The slide before, previous slide, please. Okay, so enough talking about the future. Now let's talk about how current condition. How can industry move forwards in this kind of COVID-19 pandemic? So as a graduate student, in my opinion, I think we should not talk about how to move forward, but it's about how to survive in this kind of pandemic. So I think we should create awareness on developing the standard operation procedure or SOP, such as social distancing, wear masks in the workplace. And I think the company owner or manager need to ensure the company is always sanitized regularly, and the company also need to responsible to bear the full cost of health screening if necessary. And I think government initiative need to help small or medium enterprise that work in this industry by helping them to reduce the financial burdens and to ensure the job securities. Lastly, I really hope that this pandemic will end soon and everything will go back to normal. Stay safe and wear your mask. Thank you. Thank you for listening, and follow our Instagram.
Very well. Thanks a lot. Both of you guys have given us an interesting and informative talk. Shara has mentioned more about raw material resources from natural forests, agricultural areas, forest plantation, and also describe about the trend of export and import in Malaysia. Also describe several problems in forest product, such sustainability problems due to the forest depletion and other problems. And Sarah has mentioned that forest is a very related industry to the Global Sustainable Development Program, and state that how to tackle the pandemic issue in this industry, especially forest product industry. Farewell, ladies and gentlemen. Before we moving on to the next presentation, there will be 10-minute break. Please make for those who want to go to the toilet, pray, or something else. Before it, I'll make some announcements for participants who haven't filled the attendance list. We will send the related link in the chat room. or it can be via QR code on the slide. Thank you. See you in 10 minutes.
Okay, welcome back again. I'm Shutnahia, as your MC, and hope you enjoy your break time. And we will continue our agenda. Will be led by our moderator. There is Mr. Afrizal, but he has connection trouble, so please wait a second.
Thus, am I audible?
Yes, we're already on.
Very well, ladies and gentlemen. Let's we continue the presentation session. And for the next presentation will be delivered by IPB University representative. The first speaker is Mr. Renzi, and the second speaker is Ms. Deborah. Very well, ladies and gentlemen. To the Mr. Renzi and Mr. Deborah, Ms. Deborah, time is yours.
Okay, thank you for moderator for the opportunity. Good morning, everyone, or maybe afternoon or evening in some country for all participants. My name is Tengku Renzi, student from Forest Product Department, IPB University, and my friend Deborah Sitompul, student from Forest Product Department, IPB University, and we will represent Indonesia at the Forest Product Student Summit. Okay, and now we have a welcome from Raja Ampat, Indonesia, and here we'll explain some things about forestry and forest product in Indonesia. Next slide, please. Okay, first talking about forest product in Indonesia will not be separate. Will not be separate from the condition of forestry in Indonesia. We have several outlines that we'll try to discuss in 15 minutes or less, namely some regarding Indonesian forest data, including its area, percentage of land, how big and how much it affects the people of Indonesia. And then there's the diversity of forest product in Indonesia, regarding what type of timber production in Indonesia and non-timber forest product in Indonesia. And maybe briefly we'll discuss what the biggest problem faced by Indonesia in the forestry sector. Okay, and my friend Deborah will discuss the impact of existing forestry problem on the sustainability of forest product in Indonesia. How is the development of the forest product industry in Indonesia? This is about what industry have large production, as well as what things we must be ready to face in the future in the Indonesian forest product. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, once again, welcome to Indonesia, a country with a land area of 188 million hectares, of which 64% is forest area with an area of 120.6 million hectares, which is almost 4 times area of Malaysia and nearly 12 times of South Korea. Of course, with this increasing forest area, there are also more people around the forest in Indonesia. And next slide, please. That's why our Minister of Forestry and Environment, Siti Nurbaya Bakar, can say that forestry can become the economic axis of society in Indonesia. Yes, we have about 3 million hectares of forestry area that can be managed by the community. And it is their main resource and living. We also have log production, which trend to be large every year, and we have a forest product industrial export value of $11.6 billion in 2019. I'm sorry, that's not in the slide, which has increased 2 times since 2013. That's why our minister can say the forestry sector can be a major driver of improving the welfare of the Indonesian people. Next slide, please. Okay, and now how is the potential of forest product from a country with very large forest area? Okay, next slide. Okay, so based on data from Research, Development, and Innovation Agency of the Ministry of Forestry and the Environment Indonesia, Indonesia has around 4,000 types of wood, with 75% of which were identified in 2013. You can see some example on the types of wood products in Indonesia. There are teak, pine, mahogany, sonokeling, sangon, sandalwood, acacia, eucalyptus, jabon, rasamala, melina, and many more with various types. Okay, and for non-timber forest product, next slide. Okay, there are also forest service for, Indonesians have many non-timber forest products that can be utilized, such as essential oil that we have patchouli, cloves, and there's also biomass, which can be used as bioenergy. There are also forest service for the sustainability of human life, as we know, oxygen and others. And there are also rattan, bamboo, fruit, medicinal plants, and also palm. In Indonesia, there is what is commonly called sambiloto, the medicinal plants, and resins such as gondorucum, kopal, gaharu, and etc. We also have fatty oils like tengkawang, hazelnut, kapok, and others, starch such as sago, sugar palm, and much more. Okay, next slide, please. So before we talking about forest product further, what are the problems of forestry in Indonesia? And maybe those of you from outside Indonesia also know that there are some classic and big problems in Indonesia forestry, namely illegal logging and forest fire. Okay, and you can see the total deforestation in Indonesia on each islands. Okay, next slide, no problem. And you can see the total deforestation in Indonesia on each island, of which the largest is one of the islands in Kalimantan, and with a total area of deforestation of around 400,000 hectares throughout Indonesia in 2018. And this data from Indonesia Ministry of Forestry and Environment in 2019. And we have a deforestation in all big islands like Sumatra, Java, Sulawesi, Papua, and the biggest one is in Kalimantan with 143,000 hectares. And there's a 21%. Okay, next. But yes, we are in a fight. Several government policies and community actions such as forest rehabilitation, safeguarding conservation areas, educating communities around forests, implementing sustainable forest management, and several other actions can reduce the value of deforestation and forest fire in Indonesia. Even though forest fire have increased again in 2019, but we will keep trying. And that's why we are in the fight. This is data from Indonesia Ministry of Forestry and Environment Performance Report 2019. And you can see we still have a big deforestation in Indonesia, but we're in a fight and we see in the future. Okay, next. Okay, from that problem, and what impact will this have on forest product in Indonesia from the deforestation and the data we have, the big resource, and what is forest product condition in Indonesia? That's why I invite my friend Deborah to continue this presentation.
Thank you. I will continue the presentations. As you know, that Indonesia facing a big problem, two problems. First is forest fires, and the second is illegal logging. Because of that problem, now the government and all of the stakeholders who work in forestry field now they try to change the paradigm in the people in every stakeholder, from timber-based management become resources and community-based development. Why the government trying to sweep this paradigm because of if we try to use the forest based on the community and the resources, it can help people improve their livelihoods. The second is it will contribute to household food security in rural communities, and then creating additional apartment and income, and then open in opportunities for the processing industry, contribute to foraging exchange earnings, and also support the creations of conservations of biodiversity and other environmental aspects. That's why our government is now trying to sweep the paradigm in using the forest from timber-based management becomes resources and community-based development. Next slide, please. Because of that change, we can say that in Indonesia, there are two components of potential forest product that now developing in Indonesia. We are divided in two components, which one is first subsistence components, and the second is commercial components. Forest product subsistence components is components that forest product is used only at household scale of the community around the forest, while the community forest product component is used on a large scale for business purposes. Next slide, please. Currently in Indonesia, there are three major industries that develop three largest industry in Indonesia. The first one is pulp and paper. Second is woodworking, and the third is furniture. These three major industry has a really big impact for Indonesia economy, especially also in forest plantations, in forest management. Next slide, please. As a student, I think the challenge of Indonesian students or maybe university is how we can, and other stakeholders in Indonesia, is how we can change the comparative advantage that is in Indonesia or maybe that I can in Asia from comparative advantage become a competitive advantage. Comparative advantage that we have in Indonesia is based on our geographical locations, that we have a very strategic climate to grow trees. But the challenge next is how we can use this comparative advantage become a competitive advantage to produce a high quality product and also has a competitive in international market. That's why we need as a student to think, we need to think how we can change this advantage in Indonesia to create a product that give a high quality and also give an impact for Indonesia. Next slide, please. With this challenge, how to make it happen? First one is a comprehensive research and development. We already know that the research and development in the company or in forest product has a big role to make our forest product industry is growing more and more. The comprehensive research and development is needed because it will produce a big quality of product, and then the impact of R&D is also to develop a new product based on local resources, and then to increase the efficiency and the competitiveness, and then the development of alternative raw material, and also the management, the sustainability, environmental management for this industry. And the second is knowing the global needs. The World Economic Forum in 2008 and 2009 declared that the biorefinery industry has a potential opportunities to support the realizations of SDGs in forest product management. The biorefinery industry is an industry that converts wood chemical, especially extractive substance, to produce products such as biofuels, drugs, food additives, and other chemicals. This industry has a really big potential. I think in Asia, we really need to think about the biorefinery industry, how to develop that with our research and development in our university. And the third one is the contributions of the students and academic to create a really impactful research to the community around the forest, because lots of non-timber forest product in Indonesia is used only by the communities around the forest. So I think as a student we can contribute to give some research and technology for the rural communities to so they can use the non-timber forest product as their major product because of them live around the forest. Last but not least, next slide please. Last but not least, I think we already know that the forest is not just a resources for us, but it is a life itself. It is the only place for us to live, because it's not only produced as wood or non-timber forest product, but it also gives us ecosystem provided us such as water and oxygen. So I think as a student we have to think that the forest use that sustainable forest use in the future. I think that's all that we can share with you in this summit. Thank you for your attention. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
Thank you very much to Mr. Renzi and Ms. Deborah for such an interesting and informative talk. I have highlighted several words from the presentation. Indonesia has a timber product around 40,000 species of wood such acacia, and also non-timber products such essential oil, honey, and bamboo. But Indonesia faces the decreasing of forest area. Indonesia has three largest industry, namely woodworking, furniture, and pulp and paper. Plus, the forest is not just a resource for us, it is a life itself. Yeah, farewell, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're moving on to the next session of presentation that will be delivered by India representative to the Annie Biju. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Annie Biju. Time is yours.
So, hi everyone. My name is Annie Biju. I'm from Forest Research Institute, Deantabi University, Dehradun. So, India has a forest cover of 7,12,249 kilometers square, which is roughly about 21.67% of the total geographic area of our country. We have 10 categories of forest projects ranging from timbers to minerals. These include essential oils, fodder, firewood, timber, gums and resins, honey, etc. This sector employs nearly 275 million poor people of our country and has an annual turnover of more than 6,000 crores per annum. And NTFP is a main sector in our country where it tries to improve the living standards of the poor. So these are some of the important timber species from India. Eucalyptus species is grown in southern part of the India, while populus is grown in northern part of India. And both these species are used for pulp, board, and cheap timber. Acacia is a species which is used for rural construction timber, and Dalbergia sisal is used for woodworking. Tectona grandis is grown in southern part of India, and it is used as a high quality, high price timber, while in northern part of India, Shorea robusta is used. So India contributes to 45% of NTFP trade from Southeast Asia. So next, how sustainable are we? These are some of the policies related to national forest projects from India. The National Agroforestry Policy of India tries to improve agroforestry sector in India. National Bamboo Mission, it is initiated in 2018, where the bamboo sector and the bamboo production is improved. The National Medicinal Plant Board of India was established in 2000, where the genetic resources related to medicinal plants, the production, its consumption, and its value addition are done by this board. We have an Ujjwala scheme. It is initiated in 2014 by the Honorable Prime Minister of India. Under the scheme, the rural women population are given subsidies for LPGs, so they use less of firewood, and it is more sustainable. Next is our Bandhan Vikas Yojana. It is initiated in 2018 by the Honorable Prime Minister of India. And this scheme also tries to improve the non-forest timber products from India. So next I'll speak about 4 case studies. The first one of which is Suntreha Kal. It is initiated by the ITC, and under the scheme, eucalyptus plants are grown by farmers from central part of India, mainly from Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, etc. And this scheme tries to improve the socio-economic background of people. They try to improve education, health, sanitation, women empowerment, and gender equality. And ITC also carries out the Wealth Out of Waste program. Under this program, nearly 3,000 tons of waste paper is recycled, and this leads to a tremendous saving of our resources. We also import waste paper from other countries so that our dependence on the forest is reduced. For our case study 2, I will introduce you to guys about Haryana. It is a state from northern India, and this state has an 80% total geographic area under agriculture, and only 3.52% of its total area is under forest. So when agroforestry was introduced, the area under forestry improved to 6.8%, and out of this, nearly 50% is from trees outside forest. It also this success can be attributed to short rotation, clonal species, farm wood-based products, development of paper industries, market linkages, and assurance of appliance, etc. And this also led to the improvement of Asia's largest timber market in the state of Yamunanagar. It also improved the lives of 250 million people and also give them an employment. So for the case study 3, I will speak about sustainable harvestation of Phyllanthus emblica, also known as anola. We used to harvest this traditionally This was done like in year 2005. Um, Mainly, the fruits were harvested using pulling, pollarding, and cutting of branches, and it was harvested in immaturely during the month of September and October. The produce was low quality, and the fruit production was also low quality. So from 2005, we moved to scientific harvestation and scientific management. And in this process, the harvestation of the fruit was not destructive. We hand plucked the fruits with the help of bamboo poles. The fruits were plucked. Only 70 to 80% of the fruits were plucked compared to the traditional method in which all the fruits were collected. So this left a considerable amount of fruits on the trees so that um, new seeds and new saplings were generated. And from the scientific method, the fruit quality improved. It improved the ratio of population, etc. So in the next slide, you can see considerable improvement in population density. For the last case study, I will speak about Chota Udaipur Forest Division from Gujarat. This is this is typically habitated by the tribal population, and they mainly depend on custard apple and chironji for their subsistence. So initially, um, the tribal people, they used to sell custard apple at the rate of 5 to 8 rupees to the middleman, and this was a really low income. Like compared to the effort they took, this was a really low income. So an initiative was taken up by the Rajpath Village Forest Committee, in which they organized women and tribal people to collect and then grade the custard apples according to their quality. So a value addition was done, and the custard apples were um, packaged and transported to bulk to markets such as Reliance, Farm Industries, etc. So there was no middleman involved, and the price improved to the 100 rupees. So it was a considerable improvement in the lives of tribal people. So with this, I conclude. Even though we take small steps, it does matter. And for the improvement of forest communities, we need to work together. So thank you.
Yeah, very well. Thanks a lot to the Annie Biju for such an outstanding and informative talk. Annie has mentioned about the condition and also the potential of forest product in general in India, and also she stated that small step doesn't matter. It takes us as a young generation to make a move. And then for the last but definitely not least, we have a representative from Korea. She is Miss Yaji Lee. Are you there, Miss Yaji?
Yes, I'm here. Is my voice clear?
Yeah, you're stunning.
Let me share.
Okay.
Okay, let me share my.
Very well, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome Miss Yaji. Time is yours.
Thank you. Let me share my screen. Good morning, afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is our representative of IFSA Korea. My name is Yeji, and thank you all for giving me a chance to introduce Korean forest product. I'll try my best to share my knowledge of what I have learned and experienced here in Korea. The bottom icon here, 세산세숲, New Forest Korea, is a logo representing our goal of forestry. Here, if you go to Korea Forest Service, you can see detailed information here in the website. Anyways, topic of today is the current status and future of forest products in Korea. For sustainable management of forest resources, Korea Forest Service developed SFM criteria and indicators suitable for Korean environment. Let me read them quick. Conservation of biodiversity, maintenance of productive capacity of forest ecosystem, maintenance of forest ecosystem vitality and health, conservation and maintenance of soil and water resources, maintenance of forest contribution to global carbon cycles, maintenance and enhancement of long-term multiple socio-economical benefit, legal, institutional, and economical frameworks for forest conservation and sustainable management. I would like to add that we update detailed national forest plan in every 10 years. Here, I'll show you. This national forest plan becomes a standard for every project related to forestry. So I want to emphasize that this national plan and goals are really important. Here I prepared some pictures of Korean forestry product because we may have different look for a forest product compared to other countries, but I'm quite familiar with many things. But I'm sure that many people are confused with farm product. I'll mention that later. We have variety of forest products like tree fruit, mushrooms, wild vegetables, and medical plants. But the highest proportions are timber and stone soil. It occupies more than 50% of income. According to 2018 production of forest product reports, it shows that we produce products cost around 6.55 billion US dollar in a year. And the interesting feature is maybe stone soil occupies 24%. There's no doubt that we should conserve and maintain soil resources. We have designated 7 short-term profit forest products. They are chestnut, jujube, walnut, astringent, persimmon, oak mushroom, todok, lingualia. Persimmon is actually farm product, but as you can see here, astringent persimmon is a forest product. If you want to find statistics and information of forest products in Korea, I'll tell you how to find them. Statistics are in Korea Forest Service. Internet's a little slow. Here, these are 임산물, which means forest product. You can see the statistic, you can check forest production cost survey report, production of forest product report, import, export, statistic of forest product in this website. Next, you can find most of useful information at Korea Forestry Promotion Institute. It is a leading institute in Korea. I'll say it almost has everything. Let me read what they have. It has forest product story, recipes, dictionary, success story, export guideline, export online consultation, cultivation skill price update, trend analysis, market, expected income analysis, and clean forest food certification. But I'm sorry about they are all in Korean actually. If we combine statistic with geographical information system, we can compare production, quantity, income, forest production area in one map. Korea Forestry Promotion Institute designed 5 main forest products to support financially. And they are chestnut, jujube, walnut, oak mushroom, astringent persimmon. Map here. There are many ways to analyze data, and this is widely used and can be easily made. This is my friend's data, and she did some trend analysis of 5 main products. The goal of this analysis are finding forest products in higher demand, set priorities, and do more marketing. Here in the graph, horizontal axis indicate months like January, March, May, July. And this vertical axis indicates the frequency of people searching on the internet. And I indicate the color here also. You can check. And my analysis is firstly, September to November shows the highest frequency because most of forest products are cultivated on September to October. Compared to farm product, greenhouse cultivation is impossible for forest product. Next, walnut, jujube have small difference on October, but jujube and chestnut have a huge difference. It means that walnut and jujube can have the same amount of support, but it should be bigger. It should be much bigger than chestnut. Lastly, more and focused support is needed on top 2 products, which is astringent persimmon and oak mushrooms. Korea Forest Service and Korea Forestry Promotion Institute have their own YouTube channel and upload various kinds of videos. Here, if I search Korean forest product, in Korean you can see eating show, unboxing, and cultivation skills here, and many other things. And there's cooking recipe also. Although it's all in Korean, you can just follow this link and see how we promote Korean forest product. I made some conclusion of today's presentation. I think Korea Forestry Promotion Institute and Korea Forest Service are doing great jobs to promote and increase the demand of forest products. They are leading institute of Korean forestry and have various analysis statistics of forest products. And they have a YouTube platform to advertise. But we need a lot of information to be translated in English, advanced cultivation skill, united online market website, and more used to be involved in forest products industry. And lastly, definite line between farm product and forest product. I think this can be done by more advertisement. Does anyone know that World Forestry Congress will be held on May 2021 in Seoul. Registration is now open, and I hope to meet more of you guys in the event. If you have any question, you can email me or add me on WhatsApp here. I gave you a number, and you can freely ask me. I thank you all for your kind attention. Thank you.
Thank you so much for such an interesting and informative talk, Ms. Yaji. I highlighted several words from the presentation. Ms. Yaji stated that the forest product in Korea contains medical plants, mushrooms, also tree fruit, and etc. She's also described the condition of the forest product industry in Korea based on statistic and trend analysis. Very well. Thank you so much for all presenters for their informative and interesting talk. Let's give big applause for them using a reaction feature. Very well, ladies and gentlemen. Now we come to the question and answer session. There will be 3 questions each session. Please mention your name and state to which presenter you address your question. Any question? Please raise your hand using Zoom feature. Any question?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, please mention your name and your country and state to which presenter you want to ask.
Okay, thank you. Good. Okay. Thank you very much. Good morning and good afternoon, good evening, everyone. So my name is Hamdan and I'm from Indonesia. So in this year is my 5th semester. So in this session, I'm gonna ask to the Philippine speaker. So as I know, the feature of Asian forest is inseparable from advance in science and technology. So as I know that in Korea has a lot of policies to make their feature of forest products better. And maybe their Korean delegates at the student summit in this session knew that there were some special tips toward forest management sustainably in Asia. For example, increasing human research capacity, willingness, or availability of society, etc. So my questions for Philippines, the speaker from Philippines, I mean, what policies are being applied there to deal with future forest product problem or can improve sustainable forest management in the Philippines? Thank you.
So again, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So is my partner Dan?
Beg your pardon. Beg your pardon, Joket. So I'll give you guys 3 questions, please raise your hand before the presenter will answer each question.
Should I answer it now?
After
After all the questions?
Yeah.
Yes.
All the questions.
Thank you.
Any question, guys? Please kindly raise your hand using the Zoom feature. I see here Ubay from Indonesia. Ubay, do you want to ask?
Yes, I want to ask.
Okay, state your name and to which presenter you want to ask.
Okay, hello, good morning, good evening, and good night, everyone. I'm from Indonesia. My name is Ubaidillah. I will ask Korean representative. Is there are politicians in Korea doing something to making forest in Korea better? That's my question, and thank you.
Politicians who are trying to make Korean forestry better?
Is politician in South Korea doing something to making forest better place?
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't know
the question.
much. Can I answer?
Pardon. After the question is collected. For the next question, we have Prof. Jega. Madam, do you want to ask something?
Yes. My question is, will it be possible for students from IPB, UPM, and from the Luzon, from the South Luzon University, to have a cross-national research projects among students? Maybe this is something, a question that all the speakers can answer if possible. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Prof. Jega for the question. I'll recap the three questions first, and then the presenter will answer it one by one. The first question is from Hamdan, Indonesia, to the presenter of Philippines. What policy applied there for the forest management?
So
to the Jokpet or Mark?
Yes, so again, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of the participants present here. Well, if we're going to talk about laws and policies that Philippines are really undergoing when it comes to sustainable development, when it comes to our forestry, well, where in fact we have a lot of laws. But what I need you to know is that we have this Presidential Decree number 389, or otherwise known as the Forestry Reform Code of the Philippines. Well, it aims to promote the wise utilization, conservation, and development of the forest resources, to safeguard the national interest in the maintenance of the wholesome ecological environment, to accelerate the rehabilitation of the nuded lands, and to provide a stable forestry agency. But as I can feel as an environmental science student, Philippines has a lot of policies and laws, but we are lacking when it comes to the implementation proper. Because these are just merely plans, and I just don't see consistency with how the government is utilizing this project or the law. But I think that the DNR, or the Department of Environment and Natural Resources here in the Philippines, is trying to do their best in order for the law to be implemented in its positive manner. But I also think that because of this law, people utilizing the forest are also pushed to committing themselves to utilizing the property in a way that they can also contribute to its sustainability, because we cannot just extract and extract, but we also need to do waste in order for other generations not to compromise with this need. We have also other law, the DAO 2006-2004, the adoption of the Forestry Environment Roadmap, the Philippine Master Plan for Climate Resilient Forestry Development, or we have the revision of rules and regulation of Executive Order number 193 series of 2015, expanding and enhancing the coverage of the National Greening Program. But as I personally think that the Philippines is lacking with the implementation. There are laws specifically, they are trying their best, but as of now, it is not just as transcending, and they are making the forest of the Philippines be compromised because they are not doing their jobs properly. That's what I think. And thank you for the question, Hans.
Yeah, thank you, Jopet. And Mark, are you gonna add some point? Okay, I think that's all. For the second question from Ubaidillah, Indonesia, to the Korea, what is the role of politician or government there in Korea in order to encourage the forest product industry there? To Ms. Yaji, you can answer the question.
There is a book about forest law, but I have not memorized. But about politics, related to politics, politician has to win the election to get the position, but it is forestry part, industry is less advanced than compared to other industry. So if a politician only focus of nature and forest, he or she would less likely to get a job. But Korea Forest Service, and as I mentioned before, Korean Forestry Promotion Institute, they take care of everything of the field. Anything like there is a law or policy in the website also, so you can check out there. Yes, I think this is my answer. Thank you.
Yeah. Very well. Mr. Ubaidillah, is that answering your question? Well, I guess it's answered. And the third question is from Prof. Yega, University Putra Malaysia. To all presenters here, is it possible for us to make a cross research or other kind of collaboration in the future? I'll give the first chance to answer this question to Miss Annie, you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you please repeat the question again?
Okay. A question from Prof. Yega is it possible for us to make cross research or other kind of collaboration between us in Asia in the future?
Yes, I believe research is very important for future of forest products. I'll speak from the perspective of India. In India, we have what is called as National Medicinal Plant Board, in which the medicinal plants are grown and their genetic resources are conserved. Their like their properties are identified and they are better used. So I think research is very important to improve our present forest products. So yes, I believe research is very important.
Okay. Maybe from Malaysia or Indonesia will add some information.
From Indonesia.
Okay, please.
Okay, thank you for asking, Prof. Tiga, and about the possibility of cross-national research project. And I think, of course, as we said earlier, in Indonesia, what is really neat is an increase in research and development, as well as existing human resource. Of course, when there is an opportunity to learn from other countries, we will be very happy. Maybe not only me, but also my friend from IPB University. IPB University will be interested in something like this. But of course, with the lecturer's permission too, because most of IPB students here are in the final year and are working on their thesis, to which we can't leave.
Okay. Well, Malaysia, do you want to add something?
I would like to add something. Yes,
Yeah.
I think the national cross research is very important. But one thing that is more important right now is for us students to have a passion towards our industry and develop more knowledge in order for us to build a relationship together towards each other. So I think it is possible, but student needs to have a very high passion.
Okay. Thank you for the answer, guys. To the Prof. Jega from UPM, is that answering your question, Prof?
Yes, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the invitation. And I also like to thank the speakers who have participated. It's a very well organized event, and I hope we can have more such events in the future. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for the question and participation, sir. And then I would like to open the second session for this Q&A session. For those who want to ask something to the presenter, please raise your hand using the Zoom feature. Is there any question? I'll ask you once again. Okay, I got two participants to ask. The first, I let Kevin Aryan Sanjaya from Indonesia to ask. You can unmute.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thanks for all the speakers for a great and comprehensive presentation for all the speakers. I'm Kevin from undergraduate student of Forestry Faculty of IPB University. I just wondering from all of your brief opinion from Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, India, and Korea speakers, what can we do and strive as youth to take a part in the progress and sustainability of forest product nowadays, based on the challenge and obstacle that have been mentioned before? Thank you.
Can I answer?
Yeah, wait a second. The second question is from Maya Atasha, Indonesia.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Actually, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Natasha. I'm from IPB University Indonesia. So I would like to give a question for all of the speaker. In your opinion, at this time, how big is the role of youth in increasing community interest in the non-timber forest product? And then the second one is I want to ask, can the non-timber forest product help the diversification food program like that? So can you answer that?
Pardon, Miss Maya?
Yes.
Would you like to repeat your question and
Okay.
louder, please?
Okay. Can I off my camera first so I can speak louder?
Yeah.
Okay. My question is, in your opinion, how big is the role of youth in increasing community interest in non-timber forest product? And can the non-timber forest product help diversification food program like that? It's clear?
Sorry, how big?
How big?
How
Okay.
big?
How big is the role of youth in increasing community interest in non-timber forest product? And
Yeah.
the second one is, can non-timber forest product help diversification food program? It's clear already?
How big the word of youth
The,
to increase the interest to the
the
forest?
yes. Okay, I
How big
will.
the word? Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And anyone want to ask question too? Please raise your hand. Anyone? Okay, maybe just two questions for this session. The first question is for all presenter here from Kevin, Indonesia. What can we do as a young generation to take a part in forest product sustainability? Maybe I will give this question to the Philippines first. Mr. Jopet or Mark?
Can I answer?
Okay. Let's
Yes,
give it
Mark.
to the Korea representative, Miss Yaji.
Yes, I think
Floor
the
is yours.
question was, what can we do to take part in forest product sustainability? Mm, uh, I think it's possible by promoting so that we can attract people, we get interest of people. So I think it's available by showing more recipes like healthy diet food, healthy food, promoting healthy food on YouTube by showing the recipe or the good effect of the food. I think, like for example, like I showed you before, uploaded on YouTube video that showing recipes, healthy recipes can help the forest product sustainability. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much to Miss Yaji. And I'll give the second chance to answer the question to the Malaysia representative, Miss Syafara or Sarah.
Sarah, do you want to answer the question? Or should I?
Yeah.
Which question?
The first question,
right?
what can we do
Youth
as a young
participation.
generation to take part?
So, okay, in my opinion, I think there are many ways, many ways that we can do to promote our industry. So, such as creating awareness among all young generation through exhibition and like this program for the summit in Asia. And I also think that the other way that we can promote this industry is by sponsorship. For example, furniture manufacturer can sponsor their products in order to promote or to expand their brand. So by this way, students can develop their interest towards forest product or in design or furniture making. So I think I hope I'm answering the question.
Okay, thank you so much for the answer, Sarah. And to Mr. Kevin from Indonesia, is that answering your question?
Yes, thank you.
Moderator,
Okay.
can I answer too?
Okay, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Kevin, for asking. And first of all, I agree with Shara from Malaysia. The first thing that you need is patience. Especially in Indonesia, the role of youth is need to improve the quality of human resource in various village. As we know, we have around 260 million people in Indonesia, which is certainly a difficult task for the Indonesian government to educate all of these people. And therefore, that is where the role of the youth to help with the education, as well as becoming the actor itself in the development of forest product. And this is also what Himasiltan IPB did in Indonesia, showing innovation in forest product and educating the population in Indonesia. And you can see on Instagram Himasiltan IPB. Because later the youth will take the lead. Okay.
Well, thank you so much for the answer, Ms. Taranzi. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, still audible.
Yes. Very well. For the next question is from Maya, Indonesia. The question is how big the role of youth in increasing the interest to the non-timber forest product, and can the non-timber forest product help diversification program to the forest product industries? Maybe I will give this question to the India representative. Annie, are you there?
Hi again. I just typed my answer in the chat box. So I'll read it out again. I believe youth plays a major role in increasing the community participation in non-forest timber. We can educate people in the sector to improve the quality of the products and also for sustainable production of non-timber forest products. We can come up with innovative ideas to market these products and thus improve the economic and social status of the people. So that's it.
Okay. Thank you for the answer, Annie. And I'll give this question to Philippines. You guys already here, Philippines? Yeah. Well, looks like they are not in this room. But I'll ask to the Maya, is that answering your question about the forest timber, non-timber forest product? Okay, I think it's answered. Very well, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, we have come to the end of the presentation, and we would like to say thanks again for all the presenters for their informative and interesting talk, and to the audience for your active participation. But before I close this seminar, I will give a conclusion. Southeast Asia has extensive tropical hardwood resources and wood processing industries, and is a major supplier of hardwood, logs, wood chips to ASEAN market. It is also a primary supplier of pulp, mainly, and plywood, also furniture, to global market. One of the region's major competitive advantage as a supplier is its close proximity to the important market of India and China, given Southeast Asia key's role in the global hardwood market. Trends occurring in this region disproportional impact global trade flows. Emphasizing the outlook for the future trends, the study provides insight into expected changes in the volume and quality of the timber supplies, industrial production, and net export, while identifying implications for the timber and non-timber forest product industries. That's all the conclusion. Hopefully, the presentation will be beneficial for everybody in here. Thank you for your attention. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'll give it back to the Master of Ceremony. Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you. And before we close the event, for all the audiences, please turn on your camera because there will be a photo session. Operator, time is yours.
Okay, to the audience, please turn on the camera. A photo will be taken 6 times. Thank you. Back to the MC.
Yep, thank you. Finally, we have come to the end of this event. To close this event, let's reciting Hamdalah. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Thank you to all the speakers, moderator, and audiences who have listened to the event from the beginning to the end. Hopefully, a lot of knowledge will be gained to be applied in everyday life. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you in another time.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank
Thank you, guys.
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
coming
guys.
here.
Thank you for all.
See you in another time. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Jopet and Mark, are you there? Halo, teman-teman camp kehutanan.
Ya, Bang.
Bagaimana di Malaysia? Sudah
Baik saja.
sudah final exam?
We're just doing great.
Halo.
Keren, panitia keren.
Kami kuarantin.
Jadi ini ya tidak masuk ke kampus. Tidak ke
Tidak.
universitas.
Tidak masuk ke kampus.
Mana dengan Indonesia?
Kita sepatutnya pergi IPB bulan April lalu.
Ya,
COVID kat sana macam mana?
kita pembelajaran jarak jauh.
Online.
Oh,
Yeah,
same,
online
same.
course. Same with
Safe everyone.
yeah.
Okay.
Glad to see you guys.
Pakai mask.
Kan kita sedang di rumah sendiri.
Jangan keluar.
Jangan keluar.
Guys, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I left that shot.
It's okay.
We have
Jopet.
super typhoon. We have super typhoon here in Philippines.
Oh
Signal
my
number 3.
How is the condition of Philippines?
It's okay.
Actually, our roof is about to detach to our house, and
Oh my
and
God.
suddenly, while the discussion is ongoing,
It's okay.
the electricity went out, and so I
Wow.
eventually.
Wow.
Is this
It's a
Japan?
bad
Is this
news.
typhoon affect all the Philippine area or the certain place only?
Now it's on the Philippine area of responsibility, but I think it will eventually pass on also, penetrate other countries.
Yes. Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear it.
Yes, I'm worried because I was not able to get to the photo opportunity earlier.
Okay.
This is my
Maybe
first time to actually join an international event, and so
Yes, I believe all of us is the first time here.
and I am
maybe
preparing for the answer of the for the last batch of
thank you,
the
IT.
inquiries, and
for
suddenly the
organizing the
electricity went out, and
yeah.
I have nothing to do with
We're
that.
really sorry about that.
Yes, that's fine.
We could take a photo right now.
Yes,
if you
yes,
want.
please. Yes, thank you.
All right, smile, everybody. Smile.
Yeah, we could on cam all the participants here. Yeah, for the operator, would you please to take the documentation?
Yes, please.
Sure. 3, 2, 1.
Who's gonna take the picture?
Jopet, can we follow you on Instagram?
Yes, you can follow me. I'll message my username.
Hey.
Okay.
Yes, that's at Joppy Tears. Yes.
Joppy Tears.
Okay.
You guys should make some noise in a group. In
Yeah.
WhatsApp group.
Joppy Tears.
Yeah, I think we should follow our Instagram because
All
it's
right,
the easiest way to
Joppet,
know
approve
about
me,
each other.
follow me back, okay?
Yes. Look at my story. I am wearing the same shirt, the same polo.
Okay. What about the typhoon there? Is it so bad?
Yes, it's so, but it's considered super typhoon for having almost 200 plus kilometer per hour when it comes to the wind that it's bringing to the community.
Typhoon and Philippines.
In our country, it is named Typhoon Rolly.
Oh, Japan, I just Google it. And is it so bad, actually?
Yes.
The super typhoon going to mix to landfall. Oh my God. Stay safe, everyone.
And what about Mark, Jopet?
Oh, I think that Mark actually also experienced the shortage in electricity because he actually told me earlier that their place will about to run out of the electricity. And so he was not able to answer any of your question from the discussion proper.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yes.
You understand that?
That's what I'm worrying earlier, or I mean yesterday, because I know that Super Typhoon is coming into our country, and I don't think that the internet connection will let me join the event, but I'm glad because I'm able to speak, and now I'm here still, you know.
Guys, you should make another event like this sometime.
Yes, I agree. Perhaps from Malaysia or Philippines.
Yeah.
Yes, we should.
IFSA LC Philippines next year.
Yes.